Part 22. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 211. Chapter 211. The third company that went bankrupt. Yang Zizi naturally wanted to inherit the company, so he pointed out that the chairman was Gui Yunuo. On the road, Yang Zizi racked his brains to think of ways to succeed in this company. After all, this company has penetrated deeply into people's lives. Company executives took Yang Zizi to get acquainted with the company's products and business, as well as the recent situation. Yang Zizi didn't listen to a word. In the eyes of others, she was here to take over the company, but she was thinking about how to bankrupt the company. Has your chairman called you? The chairman did call me last night and asked me to notify you to inherit the company, the executive said respectfully. They all thought that the chairman's brother or someone with experience would inherit the company. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be for a quasi-college student. This is a bit outrageous. However, although they have not met the chairman for so many years, they still believe in their chairman's vision. After all, since the company was founded, the chairman has helped everyone make money. A lot. Fight back, Yang Zizi said. The executive did so, but the smart voice still announced, the number you dialed is unavailable. This ghost Yunuo obviously did not answer her call on purpose. Moreover, this kid is really big-hearted. The previous company was already deeply in debt due to her play, but he actually dared to give the company to her. It seems that Gui Yunuo doesn't care at all about the debt owed by the previous company. Since Yang Zizi came, everyone in the company has been trembling with fear. Some senior executives even wanted to resign, but they were very reluctant to do so. After all, they had made a lot of money here, so how could they be willing to leave? But seeing Yang Zizi's attitude, the whole company couldn't bear to leave. Tianwo is drinking tea in the office and watching dramas. They are really worried about their future. Yang Zizi ordered her assistant to recruit a top hacker for her. Boss, the world's top hacker was hired by the chairman a year ago. Really, call him here, I have business to talk to him about. Yang Zizi waved his hand domineeringly. After hearing this, the assistant's eyes widened instantly. The boss finally started working, and he seemed to see a bright future. Half of her hair is bald, her hairline is obviously receding, there are countless acne on her face, and her skin has gone through vicissitudes of life. This is the world's top hacker. Yang Zizi looked at the young man and nodded with satisfaction. He looked like he was only in his 20s. This is what a hacker should look like. You can tell he is very professional at first glance. Sit down, Yang Zizi greeted him politely. The hacker sat down unceremoniously. Perhaps it was because of his strong ability. There was an arrogance about this guy. But it doesn't matter, as long as it can help her bankrupt the company, she doesn't care, even though she doesn't like it. Will you crash the network? Yang Zizi is not a professional and is completely unfamiliar with the computer industry, so his tone of voice is not that confident. Simple, the young man is very proud. Yang Zizi pouted and regained his momentum. She was the boss. No matter how powerful this young man was, he was still her subordinate. She shouldn't be the one who lacked confidence. You have 1 minute to crash the company's network, Yang Zizi said domineeringly. No problem, the hacker seemed to be eager to show off, or maybe he hadn't done the exciting things a hacker should do for a long time. End of this chapter. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 212. Chapter 212. Network collapse. The efficiency of this hacker's work is quite unexpected. In less than half an hour, the company's network was paralyzed, causing various departments to be unable to carry out normal work. For a time, the company's network was paralyzed and it instantly topped the hot search list, remaining at the top. Many netizens have complained that the software is blocked and cannot be accessed, which affects normal life. There was an immediate commotion throughout the company. If the server was not repaired, the company might lose hundreds of millions in a short period of time. Isn't this exactly what Yang Zizi wants? The hacker seems to have realized the seriousness of the matter. If this continues, he may be going to jail. There is a saying that goes well, if you learn Python well, you will go to jail early. It doesn't matter, I will be responsible for all the consequences, Yang Zizi said confidently. Okay, you can get off work now, and the finance department will pay you 10 years of salary. The hacker was shocked and hesitated to leave. Yang Zizi was helpless and handed him a check. The hacker who got the check naturally decided to leave. Anyway, there was someone to deal with the aftermath. Later, in order not to affect people's lives, Yang Zizi sold several of the company's apps to TX Technology Company. This company is also a giant, so it is natural to sell it to him. The other party has purchased it at a high price, but Yang Zizi bluntly said that it only costs 99 yuan, and it will be delivered directly to your home with free shipping. TX Technology CEOs are dubious. They never believe in pie-in-the-sky things. However, what I didn't expect was that before the 99 yuan was given to the other party, the app had already been registered in their company's name. In just 3 days, Yang Zizi successfully bankrupted this technology company and accumulated huge debts. It has been a week since the second company went bankrupt and debts fell, and Gui Yunyu still shows no sign of coming. Gui Yunyu thought that Gui Yunyu was afraid of her and no longer dared to hand over the company to her management, but she did not expect that when she woke up the next day, another company executive called her to ask her to inherit Gui Yunyu. Company of Gui Yunyu's phone number is still empty. You are such a stupid person, you take the initiative to call other people's phone calls, but you don't answer your sister's phone calls. The third company is a smaller company. Compared with the previous two companies, it does seem that Gui Yunyu is stingy enough this time. The main business of the third company is Internet Celebrity Company. Good guy, Yang Zizi fired everyone without saying a word, and finally sold the company and donated all the money anonymously. She really didn't want to play anymore, he was tired. For several days in a row, Yang Zizi was very idle. A few days before school was about to start, Yang Zizi received a call. She thought she was asked to take over the leadership of a certain company again. Unexpectedly, it was the person in charge of Tianyu company who wanted her to be one of his artists and signed her with attractive terms. Yang Zizi agreed without saying a word. Although he was once popular, the heat only lasted for a day and a night, and it would be difficult to get any better, and no one would remember you. That video will be slowly forgotten by everyone as time goes by, including him. Yang Zizi signed in Tianyu. After the signing of the contract was successful, Tianyu was very optimistic about Yang Zizi's ability, so it gave priority to promoting her. In a recently prepared big IP fairy tale drama, a female character with a lovable personality was specially reserved for her, and the company's front-line team was asked to support her. Meteor took her with him. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 213. Chapter 213 Selling the Company. It was only after the filming of the TV series started that Yang Zizi found out that the heroine of the series was actually Dao Tao, an A-list female star who had worked with Gui Chen before. Yang Zizi immediately asked if she and Gui Chen were still in contact. Dao Tao lowered his head and smiled, and said, "In this entertainment industry, the circle is very small, and if you don't cooperate, you basically don't have any contact. You are his little fan, don't you know that it was written in the news that he had quit the entertainment industry a year ago?" Dao Tao looked at the girl in front of her in surprise. As a fan, shouldn't she know her idol better than herself? Then do you know where he went? Did he tell you anything about himself while you were working together? Dao Tao suddenly tilted her head in confusion and said, except for filming, we basically don't talk. He and boys play around all day long, and deliberately keep a distance from girls. Maybe it's to avoid scandals. They were all liars, and they all said they would protect her, but when she needed them most, they all stayed away from her. After all, he is a vampire, and he never considers the consequences of what he says. These past few days, Yang Zizi's life has been extremely boring, starting and finishing work, and this cycle lasted for several days. She plays a lively girl in the play, the heroine's little sister, the fifth princess of heaven, the favorite daughter of Emperor Tianyuan, and enjoys everyone's favor. But in reality, she is a tragic girl. Just when Yang Zizi was about to call it a day and go back, 11 Jin suddenly appeared in front of her. Why are you here? Yang Zizi asked in surprise. School starts tomorrow, 11 Jin reminded. What was this woman thinking about every day? Oh. Her life was almost over. She didn't even know that tomorrow was the first day of school. It had been 1 year, 5 months, and 6 days since Lun Chenchi left. She didn't know how she survived him for more than a year. It was like a dream. Are you okay? 11 Jin looked at Yang Zizi in a daze and waved his hand in front of her eyes. Yang Zizi glanced at him calmly. Do you really want to join the entertainment industry? 11 Jin asked. What's the matter? Do you have any opinions? She replied to 11 Jin while taking off her simple headdress. No, I just think. I don't want you to think it, I want me to think it. Before 11 Jin could finish speaking, Yang Zizi interrupted him domineeringly. Suddenly, Dao Tao also finished her day's work and walked towards them. Your little boyfriend is here to pick you up, Dao Tao said playfully. When Yang Zizi disclosed 11 Jin's relationship, Dao Tao happened to be having lunch and saw the gossip news, but not the news of the breakup. He is my classmate. Dao Tao just smiled, acting like a shy little girl. 11 Jin sent Yang Zizi to the downstairs of a residential complex. How did you know that I moved? Yang Zizi was not too surprised and just asked casually. After all, he was not a human being. I've always known it, 11 Jin wink. He seemed to know everything, as if everything she did was under his control. Yang Zizi was in no mood to argue with him. She just wanted to lie down on the bed and close her eyes and fall asleep. 11 Jin looked at Yang Zizi sleeping on the bed, smiled fondly, walked out of the room, entered the kitchen, and started cooking. The process of cooking is very skillful and handy. End of this chapter. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 214. Chapter 214 I'll teach you how to wash dishes. An hour later, 11 Jin prepared a large table full of dishes and walked into the room to ask Yang Zizi to get up for dinner. Yang Zizi, who was dreaming, suddenly heard someone calling her. This voice is so familiar, just like. Yang Zizi opened his eyes suddenly, and in his half-open eyes, he actually saw 11 Jin as a person in a prosperous world. Lun Chenchi, she hooked his neck. 11 Jin was heartbroken when he heard this name. He is naturally familiar with this name. Is there anyone in the world who doesn't know about the Great War of the Vampire Clan? It turns out that the person Yang Zizi has been waiting for is actually the god of war of the Vampire Clan. He never thought that before he met Yang Zizi, she actually met Lun Chenchi and had a vigorous love affair. He began to regret why he had not known Yang Zizi before the emergence of Lun Chenchi and protected her throughout his life. 11 Jin sat at the dining table, quietly waiting for Yang Zizi to eat together. Yang Zizi walked out and saw a tall and straight man sitting on the dining table. Her first reaction was to mistake 11 Jin for Lun Chenchi. When she ran in front of 11 Jin at lightning speed, but what she saw was not the prosperous world, he felt that the whole world was hostile to her. Her eyes turned from light to dark. But this subtle change was seen by 11 Jin, and it hurt in his heart. He also knew that Yang Zizi regarded him as a friend just because he was filling the vacancy for her when Lun Zhenqi was no longer there. You wake up and eat. Despite this, he was still willing to give her his lifelong tenderness. Why haven't you gone back yet? Yang Zizi was sitting at the dining table, drinking porridge cooked by 11 Jin. To be honest, his cooking skills were as good as those of Lun Zhenqi. I live downstairs. If you have anything, you can come to me at any time. Yang Zizi lowered his head. Then you eat slowly, I'll leave first. Aren't you going to eat? Yang Zizi called him. Do you want me to stay and eat with you? 11 Jin stopped and turned around to ask her. Yang Zizi lowered her head. She didn't know how to make a decision. She wanted to let him stay for dinner as a friend. After all, he cooked the dinner. However, she was afraid that 11 Jin would misunderstand her feelings for him. In the end, the innocent 11 Jin was hurt, but if he refused, he would still be hurt. Seeing Yang Zizi's delay in expressing his position, 11 Jin chuckled mockingly, knowing what Yang Zizi was thinking. Eat slowly first, and tell me when you're done. I'll come up and wash the dishes, 11 Jin said gently. No, I'll wash it myself, Yang Zizi said quickly. She didn't want to owe him too much. It would be bad if she couldn't pay him back. Do you know? Zijin's problem stumped Yang Zizi again. To be honest, she really doesn't know how. Since she got together with Lun Zhenqi, she has never done any housework. Now she can't even clean the table, let alone such a tedious task as washing dishes. I can learn, Yang Zizi said plausibly. He could not become useless just because he lost a prosperous life. Okay, then I'll come over and teach you later. In fact, he could have waited here for Yang Zizi to finish eating. Anyway, Yang Zizi was never slow to eat, but he didn't want to. He wanted to go back and have a good rest. Think about what you can do to avoid distance from her. End of this chapter. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 215. Chapter 215 11 Jin's thoughts. After finishing the meal, 11 Jin had not come yet, and Yang Zizi did not wait for him anymore, but went to the kitchen with the bowls and chopsticks. Although the original owner's memory contained many memories of working, how could she just have memories? She had to do it herself, and besides, she hadn't done any housework in almost 2 years. I still know the process: remove the oil and use dish soap. When 11 Jin arrived, Yang Zizi was already lying on the sofa and asleep. 11 Jin smiled softly, walked to the kitchen, and found that the girl had already washed the dishes. Although it was not very clean, it was pretty good. 11 Jin looked at the sleeping Yang Zizi and couldn't bear to disturb her. She didn't know why in the past few days. She went to bed very early every night. She didn't know if it was because of military training. He picked her up gently and carefully, walked to the room, and put her gently on the bed. Now that the weather was getting cooler, he sat on the floor leaning against the bed and passed on the warmth from his body to him. She had a peaceful sleep. After the university started, 11 Jin and Yang Zizi's daily life changed to commuting to and from school. Because they lived together after moving, the two of them went to and from school at the same time. Over time, in order to save time and effort, 11 Jin naturally became Yang Zizi's exclusive driver. The two of them seemed to have returned to their former high school lives. It's just that they have different feelings for each other. 11 Jin subtly regarded this friendship as love, but Yang Zizi always treated 11 Jin as a brother. Because there is a drama to be filmed, Yang Zizi will go to the set to film as soon as get out of class is over, and 11 Jin will follow her until she finishes work and goes home in the early morning. Yang Zizi felt uncomfortable every time 11 Jin followed her back home so late. On the way back one night, 11 Jin, actually you don't need to stay with me on the set every night. Why is it not necessary? I am with you to ensure your safety. Look, you are a star now. You must have bodyguards. Otherwise, your fans will assassinate you or something will happen during filming. What to do? Yang Zizi was speechless. How could this kid have so much imagination? Only plots in novels could happen. But thinking about it carefully, 11 Jin seems to be right. After all, she now has more negative fans than fans, so she really needs to pay attention to her safety. However, in this modern society with advanced science and technology, there is a legal system, and no one dares to assassinate. 11 Jin, how about I ask our crew director to let you be the screenwriter? Yang Zizi said with a smile, don't waste your talents. Then I have to work 2 jobs, write my own script and act in it. Space. What is this guy talking about? How come she doesn't know what other roles he plays in this drama? Oh, I almost told you. When you were filming, the assistant director asked me to take over a role. The original actor disliked the role because the role was too low, so he resigned. Your assistant director took a fancy to me. Because of my superior appearance, I took over. Although I make a lot of money for the Wolf Clan, the more the better, it also makes the people's lives better. Which role? Why didn't he hear about it? 11 Jin chuckled and said proudly, your first love. Seeing him smiling so cheaply, he almost wanted to slap him in the face. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 216. Chapter 216 New Drama Replacement. The director didn't know what he was thinking, but he actually asked 11 Jin to play this role. The character in the play is obviously a gentle and elegant immortal in flowing white clothes. It's not suitable at all to let this little boy play it. I think the characters in the play are completely 2 different personalities. It doesn't matter, this is your own job. No matter how dissatisfied you are, you still have to cooperate with the work. Otherwise, if the media reports that he is a big name one day, it will be bad. After all, he is just an N+ star now. Anyway, when she read the script, this character wouldn't appear for long, and he didn't have many roles. He would only be in the same frame with him about 2 or 3 times. What are you thinking about? Are you very happy? 11 Jin said with a smile, thinking that Yang Zizi was also very happy. Yang Zizi responded to him with an elegant yet polite smile. The filming took a total of 5 months before Yang Zizi's role was completed. The crew was preparing for the closing banquet, but Yang Zizi had no intention of attending and went back early. She lay on the bed and stared at the ceiling with empty eyes. Another half-year has passed. It has been 2 years since Lun Zhenqi left. It has been 2 full years. No matter what she does, he seems unwilling to show up. She didn't believe that Lun Zhenqi didn't see the video. He must have seen it and chose to turn a blind eye. Yang Zizi suddenly thought of the scene that Gui Kale once showed her, and it began to replay in her mind. Could it be that what Gui Kale said was true, that Lun Zhenqi really didn't love her at all, and was just playing for fun? Otherwise, why would she beg him so the screen, even losing her face for him? It doesn't matter to him if you beg him. Lun Zhenqi, what kind of person are you and why? She felt that she understood him very well, but sometimes she felt that she knew nothing about him. The days were getting harder and harder day by day, and the only thing that kept her going was the endless self-deception of waiting and the endless busyness of herself, without even allowing herself to stop and rest for a moment, because as long as she stopped, her in his mind, he would uncontrollably think of the prosperous times and the beauty of their time together, and he would fall into a situation that he could not extricate himself from. After completing the filming of the first drama, Yang Zizi took on another drama. The reason for this drama is that no one wants to play the heroine, because the heroine of this drama does not have a likable personality like the heroines of other dramas, but this drama is just the opposite. The heroine is greedy, selfish, and brainless. I am a college graduate who encounters obstacles everywhere when I first enter the society for internship. I complain and never look for the reasons in myself. In the end, I am still a brainless lover. No one dares to take on a drama with this kind of character, even if it is the heroine, because they are afraid of being criticized. And Yang Zizi has been mediocre since she finished filming her first drama. No one submitted a script to her, and the company did not assign her a role in several new dramas. She went to several studios to audition, but none of them succeeded. I was rejected because I had no experience, no works, no traffic, and no audience. Out of desperation, the company had no choice but to ask Yang Zizi to replace the heroine of the drama. Yang Zizi didn't care about her and directly agreed to play the role. As long as you can keep yourself busy and stop your mind from thinking about that person, you have nothing to fear even if the show is broadcast and gets scolded. This drama is a new star, and no male star dared to take it on because they were afraid that the newcomer Yang Zizi would delay the progress or time. End of this chapter. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 217. Chapter 217. I hope he returns bravely. In the end, this drama stars a male artist who is about the same status as Yang Zizi. He is also a college student. He has acted in many film and television dramas. He was born as a child star, but he has not been popular for so many years, and he has played some irrelevant roles. Little people. At the opening ceremony, Yang Zizi learned that the heroine's younger brother was played by 11 Jinlei. Yang Zizi is really incoherent. Why does this kid have to interfere in everything? I was originally auditioning for your scumbag boyfriend, but the director thought I was too good looking and thought it would be better for me to play the cute little brother of yours. 11 Jin stalked her with a smile. Now 11 Jin's idea is that he must be 100% involved in every drama Yang Zizi plays, and he must be a character who has close contact with Yang Zizi. Otherwise, he will look down on him at all. If he is a scumbag, of course it doesn't matter either. Yang Zizi still gave him an elegant yet polite smile. On the eve of the official start of filming of this drama, Yang Zizi attended the screening ceremony of the first drama. One of the most common questions asked by reporters is why you want to enter the entertainment industry. Yang Zizi's answer was very brief, using only 3 words, for him. The reporters didn't know why. Although they didn't know who Yang Zizi was talking about, normal people could probably guess it. After watching Yang Zizi's video that became popular one night, it becomes clear. The reporter then asked the second question, what do you think of the retirement of the entertainment king Gui Chen Chen? Everyone in this world knows that Gui Chen Chen publicly revealed at his concert 3 years ago that he has a younger sister, Yang Zizi. I hope he can return bravely and continue to lead the entertainment industry, Yang Zizi said sincerely, although she knew that what she said was in vain. How could he appear just because of his words? If he would appear, if it would have appeared a long time ago, and I would wait until now. After the ceremony, Yang Zizi hurried to the set, studied the script, and waited for filming. Late at night, 11 Jin still had a scene to shoot, but Yang Zizi had already finished work. In order to wait for 11 Jin, Yang Zizi sat aside and waited quietly. Yang Zizi was bored in every possible way, and unknowingly thought of the prosperous times again. He shook his head vigorously, trying to get the prosperous life out of his mind, but the more he shook his head, the more he thought about it. Finally, she had no choice but to take out the script and continue to study it. Suddenly, a majestic figure flashed past. The prosperous age of Lun. This was Yang Zizi's first reaction. It seemed that whenever there was a little movement, the first thing Yang Zizi thought of was the prosperous age of Lun, but she was extremely disappointed every time. Although I am disappointed, I will never let myself miss the opportunity to be disappointed. Yang Zizi followed the wind direction into the dark woods. Not far away, through the moonlight, she vaguely seemed to see a tall and straight figure wearing a black cannon and a cloak standing in the moonlight. Suddenly, the figure turned around, waved to her, and said with a smile, "Sister, long time no see." She saw clearly that it was actually Gui Chen Chen. Gui Chen Chen, she couldn't believe that the young man in front of her was Gui Chen Chen. 2 years, they haven't seen each other for 2 years. Yang Zizi seemed to have thought of something and ran to him and asked anxiously, "Where is Lun Zhenji? Do you know where Lun Zhenji is? Tell me quickly." Gui Chen Chen smiled leisurely. As expected, Yang Zizi's mind was full of the prosperous times after 2 years, but nothing had changed. End of this chapter. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 218. Chapter 218. My brother is here. But, unfortunately, he didn't know where Lun Zhenji had gone. They had been looking for Lun Zhenji for 2 years and couldn't find him. Not only did Lun Zhenji disappear, but Gui Kale never returned to the royal family of the vampire clan, which caused Gui Zongliang to become furious and said angrily that he should treat his daughter as if he was gone. "I don't know." Gui Chen Chen shook his head and said. "How could you not know? Gui Kale knows it. How could you not know?" Yang Zizi went crazy. He finally saw a glimmer of hope, but unexpectedly it was shattered again. "Gui Kale, have you seen Gui Kale?" Gui Chen Chen asked. "Answer me first, where is the Heyday?" Yang Zizi couldn't control herself at all and roared angrily. It had been 2 years. She had endured it for 2 years. She couldn't believe how she had survived the past 2 years. "Sister, please calm down. I really don't know where Lun Zhenji is. If I knew where he was, I would bring him to you even if I risk my life," Gui Chen Chen said. Looking at Gui Chen Chen's extremely honest appearance, he didn't seem to be telling lies. "In that case, you can go. I won't leave. I finally came out. I want to stay by my sister's side to protect her at this moment." Gui Chen Chen stayed by Yang Zizi's side like a deadbeat. Yang Zizi glanced at him indifferently. He didn't take this sentence too seriously. It was just a joke playing on human emotions. Why take it seriously? It is true that we really lost, and we lost without dignity. Yang Zizi sneered, "Hey, Gui Chen Chen, do you think you are great? You can protect whoever you want to protect. Let me tell you, no one needs your protection, not even this lady. Sister, are you blaming your brothers for leaving you without saying a word? I'm sorry, we were helpless at that time." My father simply. Don't use others as a shield. Vampires are, after all, the most greedy and lying race in the world. Ghost Chen Chen knew that this must be Yang Zizi's unintentional words. She still cared about her brothers in her heart. Otherwise, she would not have wanted him back so much during the interview. "Sister, I'm sorry, but now that my brother is back, he will definitely replenish you 1,000 times. That's not necessary. They are not brothers and sisters in the first place, so don't act like they are," Yang Zizi said coldly, not giving Gui Chen Chen a good look from the beginning to the end. "Why are we not brothers and sisters? In fact, we..." Gui Chen Chen almost told the truth in a hurry. Fortunately, he was interrupted impatiently by Yang Zizi. "You are bloodthirsty vampires, and I am just an ordinary human being. I have nothing to do with it. If you try so hard to please me, you are probably fattening me up. You will kill me after you unconditionally trust me." Yang Zizi looked at Gui Chen Chen, his eyes filled with blood. Gui Chen Chen's heart could be hurt. How could his sister miss her brother so much? How could he be willing to kill his sister? He was willing to use his life to protect her, and he couldn't possibly harm her in the slightest. "Younger sister. Let's end this lie," I'm tired. Yang Zizi closed his eyes and slowly opened them, turned around and prepared to leave. Sister, I will never leave you again. Behind him, Gui Chen Chen said firmly. Yang Zizi froze on the spot, and for a moment, she almost foolishly believed the vampire's words. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 219. Chapter 219 Return of Yecheng. In the end, Yang Zizi left without looking back. Just when Gui Chen Chen was about to chase after him, the sound of a wolf suddenly sounded in the forest. Suddenly, another young man appeared next to Yang Zizi and left with her. Ghost Chen Chen looked at 11 Jin and was shocked because he smelled the smell of a wolf dog on him. How come werewolves suddenly appeared in the human world, and even appeared next to Yang Zizi? Ghost Chen Chen was extremely anxious and hurriedly followed them. What on earth does this dog want to do? Ghost Chen Chen bought a house where they lived, just opposite 11 Jin, so that he could supervise him and see what his purpose was in approaching Yang Zizi. For several days, 11 Jin would come out with Yang Zizi every time he entered the school for the first time, and then go to school and the crew together. It was smooth and uneventful. Even sometimes, 11 Jin will try his best to protect Yang Zizi. Gi Chen Chen has always been confused as to why a werewolf is so nice to a human. Could it be that he knows Yang Zizi's true identity as a princess of the blood tribe, so he wants to use him to do something for the wolf tribe? But, it shouldn't be. The wolf clan is isolated from the world and has been passed down to this day without fighting or grabbing. How could it be possible that the wolves suddenly became ambitious for 2 years? Furthermore, among all races, the wolf clan is the most kind and simple family. No matter, let's observe and observe first. Because the crew's expectations for this drama are not very high, and the selection of actors is not satisfactory, so in order to reduce costs, the director saved everything he could, fearing that the ratings would be dismal after the broadcast, and he would not even be able to earn a cent. You can't make any money back. The dressing room and lounge are integrated, and many leading actors enjoy the same dressing room at the same time. The location must be as crowded as possible, and there may be quarrels or even bullying with other actors because the space is too small. Yang Zizi took a break and was about to go back to the dressing room to touch up her makeup when her agent happily led her into a high-end RV. Yang Zizi was shocked. The director must have gotten rich, and he was willing to equip her with the RV. Just when Yang Zizi was confused, the agent explained, "Zizi, this is the RV sent by the captain of BGB." Looking at the smile on the agent's face, you know that he must be very proud at this moment. In front of other agents, he finally you can overwhelm people. Ghost Chen Chen. Yes, I heard that he is coming back today. He should be holding a press conference now. The manager happily turned on the TV in the RV. Sure enough, Gui Chen Chen's press conference was live on the TV, claiming that he was about to come back. Just because of one person. His sister. The scene was intense and the cameras shook frequently. Suddenly, 2 stout bodyguards in black suits stood in front of the RV door. It really shocked them. The agent said with certainty, "These 2 bodyguards are definitely sent by the male to protect you." This was both a RV and a bodyguard. Did he think it could make up for the disappointment of the past 2 years? While Yang Zizi was filming, 11 Jin was resting in the middle. He was paying attention to Yang Zizi's activities all the time, fearing that she would be injured during the filming, and always wanted to protect her. Suddenly, Gui Chen Chen appeared behind 11 Jin. 11 Jin, who has a keen sense of smell, soon smelled the smell of Gui Chen Chen, which was particularly strong. Gui Chen Chen deliberately did not hide the smell on his body, just because he wanted to know if 11 Jin was from the wolf tribe as he imagined. End of this chapter. The fake daughter can be either salty or sweet. Author, Wu Zizai. Chapter 220. Chapter 220 Little Wolf Dog. 11 Jin turned around with a start and met Gui Chenchen's eyes. Ghost Chen can learn all the information about a person and what he is thinking from his eyes. You. 11 Jin opened his eyes wide and looked at Gui Chen in shock. He didn't expect that he could meet a vampire in the human world. The vampire clan and the wolf clan have always been in harmony with each other and coexisted peacefully. They were not allowed to interfere with each other's affairs, so they have been peaceful for so many years. Don't worry, I won't hurt anyone here. If you want to know more about Yang Zizi, come with me. After Gui Chen finished speaking, he turned around and motioned for 11 Jin to follow. From his eyes, Gui Chen could see that he was from the wolf tribe, and he seemed to have a different kind of affection for Yang Zizi, which seemed to be the same as Lun Zhenqi's affection for Yang Zizi. Hence, 11 Jin will not be in any danger if she stays with Yang Zizi. Instead, she will protect her on behalf of her brothers. 11 Jin glanced at Yang Zizi, who was busy taking pictures, and then at Gui Chen, who had already walked away. He hesitated for 3 seconds, and finally followed Gui Chen resolutely. Ghost Chen stopped by a small river. You are a vampire, why do you want to appear in the human world? 11 Jin asked. Gui Chen looked a little impatient. You don't need to know when I come to the human world, and I don't care if you come to the human world. It's just how you met my sister. Although 11 Jin would not hurt Yang Zizi, what if there was some friction between the Blood Clan and the Wolf Clan that day and a war started? Would 11 Jin still protect Yang Zizi like this? That is impossible. Everyone knows how the werewolf protects its shortcomings, and how could it be possible for it to turn towards its enemies? Sister, 11 Jin looked at Gui Chen in shock, unable to believe his ears. Ghost Chen is a vampire and Yang Zizi is a human. How could she be his sister? Moreover, he has never smelled anything after being with Yang Zizi for so long. Gui Chen dodged and tried to find an excuse to hide it. Well, we played very well before. I recognized my sister in order to prevent others from knowing Yang Zizi's true identity. The brothers also tried their best to hide it. After all, if the first person knows, there will be a second person. The brothers agreed that it would be safest and happiest for their sister to live in the human world. 11 Jin breathed a sigh of relief. He would rather Yang Zizi was an ordinary human being than have any relationship with the vampires. If so, they are destined to go in opposite directions, and may even meet in life or death one day in the future. 11 Jin suddenly had an idea. Although he was a vampire, since he could recognize Yang Zizi as his sister and protect her so hard, the relationship between them must be very good. Since he is Yang Zizi's brother, he is his brother. Brother, 11 Jin suddenly called out sweetly, Gui Chen. Gui Chen was stunned on the spot. Which act was this kid going to perform? Since you are Zizi's brother, you are my brother, 11 Jin said with a flattering smile, his mouth as sweet as honey. Gui Chen stood there in a daze, neither rejecting nor agreeing. Since you call me brother, why don't you do me a favor? Gui Chen suddenly became familiar with 11 Jin and said arm in arm. End of this chapter.